Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Sarah, and today I would love to review a wig for you. And it's a brand new one by Ellen Wille called Vita Mono. And I have her in two colors. That is the Pearl Blonde Rooted and Pastel Blonde Rooted. Now, if you'd like to know how long she is, and she is pretty long, how those two gorgeous blondes are composed and differ, what special features she has, how the cap looks from the inside, and how I like her, then stick around and let's get started. So Vita Mono is the name of this style, and this review is probably going to get a long one. So lean back, grab your popcorn, and don't forget to leave comments and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so yet. Now, the reason I can show you this style today is that one of my followers here on YouTube by the name of Kitty Marie, who has been following and watching my videos for a while and keeps commenting, which I love, has contacted me directly, I think a week ago, and asked me about this style, if I know her, if I've seen her, or if I know someone among my friends or acquaintances who has this style, because she's really interested in her, but just can't find any review online, except for the very short commercial video by Ellen Wille promoting the style. And at least today, which is the 23rd of October 2023, there really hasn't been another review on YouTube. But I guess this is going to change very soon, because I just heard that this style is coming out in the US at the beginning of October, I think October 2nd. And so I assume that one of my fellow YouTubers is coming out with a review of her very shortly, if not already. And so, of course, I want to speed it up and be the first to show her to you, because that's always great if you are the first or among the first to review a new style. Now, since I didn't know the style before, I asked my friends Jan and Silke at perückenglück.de, my favorite online wig shop in Germany, if it was possible to get this wig, to make a review and show her to everybody and help my new friend Kitty Marie make a decision which color she wants. And they said, sure, that's not a problem. And they've sent me that style in two gorgeous blondes. And I'm so thankful to them for the possibility to show her. And let me tell you, it's a gorgeous style, but we'll get to this in a minute. Now, I have the two lightest blondes available in this style, and I love them both, and we'll tell you all about the colors next. But in general, I can tell you I'm really fond of this style, although she is extremely long, for me at least. I hardly ever wear styles that long, but I think she's just beautiful and has so many possibilities what you can do with her. The cap features and craftsmanship on this style are really fabulous, and I'm not just saying this because I want to sell the wig, as I don't sell wigs. So of course I'm always honest in giving my opinion on a wig, and those of you who follow me know that. I mean, there are also times when I say I don't like a style or a cap at all, or even hate it, but this one is really fabulous. Now, if I had to describe the style to someone who can't see it, I would ask them, do you know Drive by Ellen Wille, which is a really popular style and one of the best Ellen Wille makes? And if they say yes, then I'd say, just imagine Drive after letting your hair grow for 1 or 2 years without cutting it, and then you get Vita. And some of you might also wonder, haven't I just recently seen this style on somebody else? Let me tell you, it definitely wasn't Vita Mono. It was probably Music Comfort by Ellen Wille, which is also a brand new style that just was released and is extremely similar to this one. The only difference I could find is that the music is more layered and has a rounder cut in the back, whereas the Vita is more or less all one length and has a straight finish in the back. From the cap features, both styles are very similar, but the music, which is called Music Comfort, is called Comfort because she has a more comfortable cap than the Vita, and it is a closed cap that is not fully hand-tied. I think it's one of those caps where the wefts are sewn onto the cap and it doesn't have a net like the others, but it's a very soft, fully closed cap, which just feels more comfortable if you have sensitive skin and no hair of your own. But apart from that, I think those two styles are very, very similar. They have the same fibers, same features, but today I'm only going to show you the Vita. Now let me tell you about those two gorgeous colors. The one I'm wearing right now is called Pastel Blonde Rooted, and it's one of my favorite blondes by Ellen Wille, since it's so close to my favorite color of all time, Shaded Biscuit by Raquel Welch. Now, Pastel Blonde Rooted by Ellen Wille, in this case, as you may know, the colors vary from style to style, and each style has its own color composition. With Ellen Wille, has the color code 24, 25, 20. And Ellen Wille describes the color as lightest ash blonde and lightest gold blonde with a light strawberry blonde blend and shaded roots. In daylight, you can definitely see that hue of strawberry that's in there, and I would call this a neutral color with a lot of dimension. It's neither warm nor cool and has gorgeous platinum highlights all around and a lot of dimension, also with the root. Now, the Pastel Blonde Rooted, which is the lightest and brightest color on this style, has the color code 25, 22, 16, and Ellen Wille describes the color as the lightest golden blonde and light neutral blonde with medium blonde blend and shaded roots. Now, I will show you both colors also outside in natural daylight, so you have the direct comparison in natural light as well. I think both colors are really gorgeous. The Pastel Blonde is the lighter color and has a little less dimension than the Pearl Blonde. Now, I would really have a hard time choosing a color and would probably have to take both because I think they are both just gorgeous. Now, the Vita Mono part has the same fabulous features like Ellen Wille Drive, and if you know Drive, and maybe it's just a tad too short for your taste, then you should really get the Vita or the Music, because you get the same fabulous cap features and realism just in a longer length. And since this is a brand new style, it has the enhanced cap features, which I love. That is an extended lace front and left side monofilament part that goes all the way back to the crown or even beyond. Now, of course, I will show you these features from up close, as always, and they are just beautiful. I mean, look at that lace front. I think this is a perfect lace front that you really see very rarely, unfortunately, because most of them are way too lightly knotted in front. I have other Ellen Wille styles, for example, like the Delight, which is a gorgeous style. I love her to death and wear her a lot, but she looks like she has alopecia, and you don't get this with this style. As you can see, it has the perfect density. It has those platinum highlights all around the face, but it doesn't have a white band. It's just interspersed between the darker fibers, and it looks so natural. And of course, another plus is that gorgeous extended lace front that goes all the way down to here into the ear tabs and makes this look so much more realistic. And it doesn't stop somewhere here and you have to disguise that seam all the time. Unfortunately, this of course still has the zigzag part, which I can't remove since I've just borrowed it. But I think nevertheless, you can see, even with the zigzag part, that that mono part also has a perfect knotting. It's not too densely knotted as most times, and you can actually see through to my scalp, which makes it look so much more realistic. I really don't know why they can't make this with all the styles. I think this is just the perfect example of a gorgeous lace front and perfect mono part. Like on other fabulous styles, for example, like the Drive by Ellen Wille, or also the Picture Perfect by Tressalure, which is a very similar style to this, and also has a gorgeous, very realistic looking lace front. Like I said, I'm really blown away by the cap features and think this style is just perfect. Now, I will show you the length all around the screen so I won't have to bore you with any numbers, and we can talk about permatease next. And as you might know, Ellen Wille is known for using very little to no permatease at all, and it's the same with this style. It doesn't have any permatease in the back at the nape, nor in the back, nor can I feel any on top, and just the tiniest, really tiniest amount on the sides. And when it comes to density, this is also not a high density style. I would say this is a really just medium density. It doesn't have a huge amount of hair. It's not a very low density either, but definitely not a high density. I mean, I've had wigs that had double the amount of this one, but when you touch your head, you can still feel your head, and it feels very natural, as if this was your own hair. Now, the weight is a little higher compared to other styles I've reviewed before. For example, the Shakerato by Beltress, which is so incredibly light. And that one weighs, I'm sorry, I don't recall the number in ounces, but in grams, the Shakerato weighs about 150 grams, and this one approximately 200, I think 196 grams, but it's such a minor difference. This one really doesn't feel heavy to me. I've been wearing it for an hour probably, and like I said, it definitely doesn't have a high density. Now let's talk about the fibers. These are heat-defined fibers, and I just love the heat-defined fibers by Ellen Wille. They are coming out with more and more heat-defined styles, and I just love it. I mean, they also make really great regular synthetic fibers, but their heat-defined fibers are so super realistic. They look and feel like real human hair. They're really soft. I mean, not as soft as the Beltress fibers, but very, very close. And of course, you get all the benefits of heat-defined fibers. For example, they don't shine as much as regular synthetic. And of course, you can use your heat tools to alter the style if you like. And of course, also to give it a heat treatment and refresh the fibers and make them feel like new again. Ellen Wille has published pictures of this style with waves or curls, which I'm going to show you just as an example what you can do with these fibers. And I really love heat-defined fibers. Now you're probably asking, will they tangle? Well, yes. With a length like this, only human hair wigs won't tangle as much as synthetics, but that's something you have with every brand. But if you wear a style in that length, you know that you have to care for it more than regular synthetic style. So you have to have a wide tooth comb with you all the time, or you just place one everywhere you go. I have one in my handbag, so even when I'm at work, I'm regularly going through the ends to detangle and make sure they won't tangle. But the good thing is with the heat-defined fibers that you can detangle and use heat to make the ends smooth again and feel like new, which is something you can't do with regular synthetic. Right, now let me show you this gorgeous style from all sides and both colors at once for a direct comparison. So here she is from all sides in both colors. So how do you like Vita? Do you love long hair and will you order her? Please let me know in the comments below. I really would love to know. Now, when it comes to styling, there is a ton you can do. Of course, with this length, you can do fabulous updos. And of course, you could also curl her and have even more possibilities with the heat-defined fibers when you can use your straightening iron or curling wand and so on. And as you've seen, I've worn her tucked behind my ear all the time, of course. I can also show you how she looks without tucking. I just prefer her tucked, and she doesn't fall into the face as much when you tuck her behind your ear. But of course, she's also gorgeous straight down. Talking about straight, of course, she's not all straight. She has that little wave at the ends, which I love. But of course, since you also can use your heat tools, you could really make this stick straight with your straightener if you prefer that look. Now let's have a look at those gorgeous blondes outside in natural light compared next to each other. Now, aren't these blondes just gorgeous? I really couldn't make up my mind which one I like better. Which one would you choose? Okay, now last but not least, let's have a look at that gorgeous cap from the inside. So here is that gorgeous cap from the inside. Here you can see that beautiful lace front that is extended all the way down into the ear tab, almost all the way down. This is such a fabulous feature. Then it seamlessly goes into that lace part that goes all the way back to the crown or even behind the crown. This is really very long and also about 1 inch wide, so you have enough parting space. Then she has felt covered ear tabs with the metal stays inside. The rest of the cap is open wefted. She has an extended nape, which is great for updos, and adjustable straps with Velcro, which I love and prefer. All in all, this is really a very luxurious, very well-made cap. Okay, that was my review of Vita Mono Part. I hope you liked it, and also the comparison of the two colors. And if you haven't done so yet, please subscribe to my channel so you won't miss my future videos. And there's a new one coming out each Friday. Now, thank you all so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I hope you're well, stay that way, and I will see you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye. The one I'm wearing here, what's going on? I would call this a neutral color with a lot of dimension. A neutral color leaning a bit warm, leaning it's since I've already recorded the review in German, and I think, and like I said, I think. You could really straighten this. You could really straighten this with your straightener. Really make this. Now, if you like Vita, you might also like this one here, or maybe this one here, or you just check them out both.